Baseball, America's classic sport, yeah? Well, guess what tonight? Game 7 of the World Series. Houston Astros at the Los Angeles Dodgers in Los Angeles, California. Well, today in this video I will be talking about why I believe the Houston Astros will win. Now, let's get some things straight here. I'll be honest, I lean slightly Dodgers in this series. The Houston Astros eliminated the New York Yankees. I was rooting for the Yankees, so yeah, I call revenge cheering, basically when you cheer on the enemies, when the enemies of your enemies because your enemies did something to you, yeah. And so, why do I believe the Houston Astros win? Well, actually, before I get into that though, some more clarifications. I actually lean slightly Dodgers, so yeah, I already clarified I lean slightly Dodgers and all that. But I still hold to my prediction that Houston will win, despite the fact that the series is miraculously, for the Dodgers, miraculously, the series is tied 3-3. No one thought they were going to win game 6 last night. They ended up doing that. But why do I hold to my prediction that the Houston Astros will still win the World Series? Well, there's been a pattern, a very obvious one. But of course, it requires a recollection of all the past World Series. Ever since 2010, the team that has often struggled coming to the World Series or struggled more usually ends up winning the World Series. Let's take a look at 2014. The Kansas City Royals swept their way to the World Series. The Giants didn't. They had a tough time getting there, and they ended up winning in 7, and the Giants ended up winning in 7 games. Now let's go to 2012, where the Giants also won. Detroit swept the New York Yankees in the ALCS, American League Championship Series. Giants didn't. In fact, they came back from being behind 3-1 to the St. Louis Cardinals. So, and then this year, comparing, Houston had more struggle coming up to the World Series. Now, LA swept the Diamondbacks, then they took 1 loss to the Cubs, but won in 5 games easily. Whereas Houston, they won in 4 games in the division series, and then won in all 7 games in the ALCS. They just beat the Yankees. Like they thought they were going to have the Yankees, and then they thought they were going to be eliminated, and then they ended up winning over them. So, but it still doesn't change the fact that Houston still faced more struggle. And so because of that, that's why I believe that they will win. Are there exceptions? Only exception I can think of off the top of my head was 2015, but even yet, I still believe that the Kansas City Royals still face a little bit more struggle than the New York Mets. Maybe. Don't know. Maybe that really is. Maybe that. Actually, if they did face more struggle, then that wouldn't be the exception. But I think 2015 might be an exception, but I can't recall off the top of my head. However, are there any other points that I could use to back up either side winning, whether it's the Houston Astros or the Dodgers? Well, think about it. The Dodgers have a better theoretical chance, while the Houston Astros have a better experimental chance. And there's also tactics, techniques, and other smaller strategies that they apply that could also affect the outcome of the game. Well, first of all, to start out with their probability overall. Why does Los Angeles have a greater theoretical probability? Well, they have more wins than any major league team. They have more regular season wins than any other major league team in baseball. They got that theoretical advantage. Plus, they've been known to have good pitching. Yu Darvish is on the mound. He's been known to be a strikeout pitcher. Although, but now getting into the experimental chances, Houston Astros, they had great hitting. Yu Darvish didn't do so well back in Game 3, so they got the advantage there. But then, getting back to theoretically speaking, Dodgers have